Going to work is something that people dread doing. Nobody on God's green earth wants to go clock in at a job that they hate. But that gets even more frustrating when you clock into a job that's filled with coworkers who just view you as competition and ultimately are just miserable fucks who could care less about you. And many people have to deal with that. I know I've dealt with that in my lifetime. You may be currently dealing with it, or you may have dealt with it right now. You may be dealing with it right now. But this woman who goes by the name of Millie on TikTok, the woman I'm going to be speaking on in today's video, decided to make a TikTok detailing how a coworker got not only her, but 5 other women fired from their job after this woman decided to report the whole group chat to the HR department. Take a look.
Regular fucking PSA. If you work for corporate, don't make a chat inside of the fucking office, which we didn't. But don't trust any bitch that you make a chat with, girl, because I just got fired. From like a bitch got 6 of us fired, girl. Group chat, venting, being ourselves outside of work chat, and she took it to HR. They suspended us on Tuesday, and right now I just got a call that I'm fired. I literally just started this fucking job, bro.
Well, that was your first mistake. Venting to coworkers. You, Miss Millie, just learned a valuable lesson in mixing work life with your personal life. That is something you just don't do. I know a lot of y'all have heard the phrase, don't mix business with pleasure, and there's a reason for that. You absolutely need, you 1000% need that separation, and it's for reasons like this. Now, here is where having a group chat can go wrong, especially when you mix coworkers in there, because as much as we don't want to think about it, your coworkers, especially in the corporate world, are low-key your competition. And listen, competition doesn't always mean negative, right? But these people that you're going to work with, smiling with, laughing with, cheesing with, kicking it with, can also be people that have ulterior motives and actually want to prey on your downfall. I've seen it multiple times, and unfortunately, this is no different. Now, there are a couple of things wrong with this already in the first like 40 seconds of this. The first being the fact that she said this was a job that she just started. How on earth are you already venting and talking shit with coworkers who I'm assuming you don't know and are just getting to know, and you just started the damn job? How does that make any sense? You just got there. You don't know anybody or anything that well enough to be talking shit about. I don't understand the urgency that people have to make friends at work. Like, coworkers aren't your friends. That's the number one rule. You're only supposed to say hi, how you been, and goodbye, get home safe. You say these 3 things at work, they may fuck around and make you employee of the month. I guarantee it.
This is just your friendly reminder. Don't trust any bitch. Also, don't. They found out about the chat, and then they told us about it, and then after they told us about it, she removed herself from the chat, and she messaged us separately saying, guys, it wasn't me, okay, para que no piensen que fui yo. Then later on, we all got suspended, and we realized that she wasn't the one that got suspended with us, and then we put 2 and 2 together, and then when I was messaging her, and then she admitted it. Yeah, just don't trust any bitch.
Damn, that is a rug pull worse than a cryptocurrency scam. Now, the woman who snitched was obviously in this group chat that she's talking about. But then this chat started getting a little bit too spicy for her, right? And she decided to not only remove herself from it, but she also removed the messages of her bad mouthing and talking shit about people. And she went and told HR. She tells HR, and somehow everyone else that was participating in this group chat gets fired, and she doesn't. Now, when Millie presses her on it, she lies first and says it wasn't her, but then she eventually confessed and said that she was the rat after this woman saw that she was the only one that didn't get fired. This is what we call a double agent. This happens way more than people think. Now, because this story went pretty viral, a lot of people have been coming to her page and wanting more information about the situation, and she responded in the comments about it. and I'm going to read some of them to you. Now, the first person said, did she say why she did it? Like, that's such a weird thing to say. Millie responds, yes, she did after we asked her. Somebody else commented, why did she snitch then? Millie responded, to save herself. They had found out of the chat prior to Monday. How? Who knows? Monday, they warned us to delete it, which, why would we? It's our phones. Then she deleted her messages. She came back and said, removed herself, took the screenshots and sent them to HR. She stood on, I'm a good girl, I come to work, but she was part of the chat from the beginning. She then says, how you just start a job. Somebody commented, said, how you just start a job and already have a messy chat. She don't seem like the problem. Millie responds, I love how you got so many comments by assuming a chat was messy or me or us. Is giving the snitch girl. Please stop assuming. So she's been in the comments basically responding here and there to people in regards to this story. Now, I'm working under the assumption that this is a real story, just judging from the actual hurt in her eyes and the tears and all of that. Now, I could be dead ass wrong, and this could all be a ruse, right? Nothing more than just smoke and mirrors for clout and views. People make up weird stories for views all the time. I mean, this is the internet we talking about. But if this is a real story and this actually happened, the snitch should have gotten fired too, point blank, especially since HR already told you to cut it out. Now, she did say that it was on their personal cell phone, so I'm a little confused on how they can be fired from their job for texting on their phones outside of work. Like, she did specify this all took place outside of work. You know, it wasn't like, you know, on the company computers or the company phones, company emails, nothing like that. So I just don't understand that part right there, unless they were threatening other coworkers or saying something crazy, like they was going to bring like a 57 Magnum to work and shoot up the whole company, or they were going to bring a bomb or some shit like that. I could understand that. But this was her response to that part of it. So someone asked, okay, but we're going to need a story time. Millie responds, literally innocent gossiping. Someone else comes in and says, take this opportunity to keep the momentum going, amiga. Trust. Somebody else comes back and says, girl, expose that lady. It's okay, Pookie. What she look like? We just want to talk to her. Millie responds, there's really not a story time, girl. We were literally just girls being girls on a group chat, and a girl in the chat snitched. There was adult content talked about, girls' husbands, and their business. So she was asked multiple times to actually tell the full story of what happened, and more specifically what her part in it was and what exactly was said. She didn't really elaborate in any of her responses. She was very cryptic about it, but she did say that there was adult content talked about, and then said they talked about people's husbands and their personal business. Now, I got to question that. How you just started a job and you already keying with other women talking about their husbands? Where they do that at? You don't know them like that. You don't discuss stuff like that, especially if you haven't been there long. Hell, I don't care, you've been working there 20 years. You still don't talk about that unless they bring it up themselves. But, okay, there is a but, you still have control over how much you actually engage in that conversation. Y'all got to remember, work is business. Don't let your guard down, ever. Coworkers are not your friends. Even if they keep saying shit like, oh, we're like family. No, you're not. Y'all not related. You live in different houses. Y'all have different families. And if it wasn't for the job that you work at, y'all literally wouldn't even know each other existed. Coworkers throw each other under the bus all the time. The OJ said it best. They literally will smile in your face whole time they want to take your place. Backstabbers. Backstabbers. And to be fair, she looks pretty young to me. So definitely some immaturity there on the part of having a group chat with coworkers and acting like y'all are besties and best friends and not reading the room. Because she already said in one of her replies that HR already had knowledge of this group chat and HR told them to chill. She claims she didn't know how they found out, but to me, that's cap. That's just a lie. Obviously, someone in the group chat, i.e. the snitch, went out and told HR the first time about it. You all chose not to abide by those rules. That is a risk that you take. I don't think they should have been fired for this, because talking shit about the job and certain people at the job, be it the manager, director, fellow coworkers, colleagues, is all 100% all very normal and very much so a part of the workplace. But there is a time and a place. If you're going to fire them, fire all of them. People underestimate how miserable jobs can be. And what does misery love? Company. Of course, there are going to be people with a chat outside of work. but anything that you wrote in that chat could be used in litigation. This is how the workplace ends up looking like episodes of Love and Hip Hop. Now, again, it would help if she relayed if she released the messages of the chat so that, since this is so viral, right, we all get the full context of everything, but she hasn't done that. And she already said that she's not going to do that. So all we have to go off of is her word in this story. Y'all gonna learn to stop venting to coworkers soon as you start a job. But not only that, you have to know who to vent to. She was still in the probation period at this point, from what it seems. It takes some people like 6 months to a year to be their real selves at work after they first start. You don't even know these people's last names, and you putting yourself out there like that. But to wrap this up, I got to talk about work snitches. All right. This is the perfect segue into it because that's literally what we're dealing with right now. Here's the thing about them. If you know that you are a work snitch, don't try to participate in conversations if you are a work snitch. You can't have friends. You have to just be on an island by yourself over there. You just got to do you. And here's the funny part. Even the supervisors don't even like them. Even the supervisors talk about how much they dislike the work snitch, because now that's another thing that they have to worry about on their teams. And it makes you think that you're going crazy, right? Just as an employee, when you're dealing with these people, it makes you think that you're crazy because they'll be super nice and friendly and then just completely throw you under the bus. And here's the thing, even though these women got fired and the work snitch stayed, she still is going to receive, this work snitch is still going to receive the same amount of money in her paycheck on payday after all of this is done. I guarantee you that. You didn't get a raise, you didn't get a promotion, you didn't get more PTO in your bank, nothing. And when no one wants to talk to her after this, I guarantee you she's going to start crying in the office. If you a work snitch, you are literally putting people's jobs at risk over the pettiest situations, and you get absolutely nothing from it. But anyway, this whole situation went viral, and I just had to talk about it and just add my 2 cents, man, because I've seen this kind of shit go down. I've seen it take place, in person, my own 2 eyes, all right, my own 2, right here. All right. I just had to talk about it, man. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. But if you made it this far, don't forget to smack a like on the video and don't forget to subscribe for the one time. Peace.